My group topics is five tips hit people, improve debate ability. What is debate? Debate is like a lively conversation where people talk about and compare different ideas in a structured way. It's a place where people practice expressing, questioning, and defending different points of view. And now we will talk to you 5 tips to enhance your debate skills. First of all is know what you know and know what you don't. The second is defend your ideas, not individual. The third, link the content to the evidence. The next is review the case after denying the opponent case, and the last one is focus on your idea, not individual. And we will start with know what you know and know what you don't. Knowing what you know and understanding what you don't is a crucial rule in debating. It means being humble your limits. Imagine someone confidently talk about economics, policies in debate, pretending to know it all, but in reality they don't know. And that's not only make their argument become quickness, but also make people doubt them. Therefore, the honesty in the page makes it become real and trustworthy. For instance, we talk about the topic is healthy care debate. Someone admits that I know the basic, but the detail how to effect are not my expertise. I'm open to learning more. This approach showing that it's okay not to have on the answer. This rule is not quick. It's not being quick. It's smart move to encourage genuine discussion. It creates the room for others share what they know. It's making the debate more of choice exploration than competition. Relying what you don't know, something is a chance to grow. Know what you know and know what you don't. It's like a guide steering the debaters toward humility, openness, and real pursuit knowledge.
So, hello everyone. My name is Jung An, and I'm here to tell you some tips to help you debate better. So, as we all know, debate is a discussing activities between two or more individuals in the same topic, but with different ideas and perspectives. So, in a good debate, they usually based on some principle in respect to each other. But in some occasions, defending your own personal ideas can become defending yourselves, and turn the result of the debate into a personal attack. Luckily, there are some ways to prevent and avoid the above problem. Firstly, when you are in a debate and you try to protect your own ideas, what you need to do is pay attention on your own main point of your argument, beginning with clearly articulating your positions, supported by fact, proof, and logical reasoning. You need to also focus on paying attention to your opponents to anticipate potential counter-argument and address them actively to strengthen your stance, instead of focus on attacking your opponents. Secondly, you should maintain your voice. Your voice should be respectful toward your opponents, and you should never use too aggressive tone to them, because remember that they are here to talk, to argue with you, not to fight with you. And one more thing is that you should be open-minded. You should be willing to accept opposing ideas in order to build a constructive and positive debate. Finally, that you should never rely on each other social positions, origin, or educations to evaluate or to criticize the ideas. And definitely do not use your own social positions to oppose that your ideas are correct. Now, overall, debating is a very easy activity to do, but it's also very easy to do it wrong, because an argument about ideas can become an attack on individuals very quickly. So remember that when you debate, you're both here to solve the problem, but in different ways and with different ideas. So remember to attack your opponent's ideas and not to insult them. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nguyễn Ngọc Nhi, and today I make this video to tell all of you about the tips for debate. And my tip guide for you is talk about the link up the content to the evidence. And in academic debate, content the evidence that support debatable main ideas appear in the topic sentence. And responsible debaters make sure to introduce, cite, or explain something they want to say, paraphrases, suggest the evidence. For every argument you make in a debate, example, and you can call the evidence or really necessary to prove your point. Not only is it a requirement in the church's rubric, evidence also helps you to provide the real world context for your argument. The evidence can take in many forms: statistic, study, example, or illustrations. Try to provide at least 2 pieces of evidence for each point in the prepared debate. Statistic and study are expected because of the email time they had to prepare. And in that case, focus on providing the real-world examples where the motion can be related. Evidence needs to have a function. Evidence needs to have a function in your argument. Morally listing the country or rating off the statistic will not do anything to further your argument in the debate. Pick the example is easy to understand and use the evidence in your refutation. Adding in the statistic or example further hurt your opponent's material can be very effective. Iterate it just like you could in argumentation. So why have to link up the content to the evidence? Make sure you explain the content that you are debating and provide analysis that ties them back to the main idea or topic sentence. In other words, comment on your evidence in order to incorporate it with something that you are making. That's all about my part. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm Thanh Ngân. In today's video, I will talk about tips for having a good debate. So like the previous member, I will show you one of the very important tips when debating, which is that you need to review the case after denying the opponent's case. After refuting your opponent's case in a debate, it's essential to review your own case. This involves gathering new evidence, analyzing it, and providing fresh examples to strengthen your position. By doing so, you demonstrate your critical thinking skills and reinforce the validity of your arguments. So, don't stop at refutation. Take it a step further and review your case with stronger evidence and persuasive reasoning to solidify your position in the debate. This is critical skills in debate that is frequently overlooked. Review step 1. Restate your original argument. State the number and tag of the argument you presented. Review step 2. Respond to the opponent arguments using 4 steps. As you do, be sure to first point out what parts of your argument that your opponent did not address. 2. Point out flaws in your opponent's responses. 3. Respond to your opponent's responses by referring to the argument you made in your case or with a new argument supported by analysis or evidence. 4. Extend, make stronger, and develop the argument you presented by making new arguments supported by analysis or evidence. Be sure to state your opponent's response. Make your response and make a convincing summary statement. Review step 3. Explain why your position is stronger. Show why they have not really attacked your argument, why your evidence is superior, or why your argument is logically stronger. Using the right language at the appropriate time is essential for any debate with results. You can use the phrases to capture your debating tone and style when you review the case after denying the opponent's case. For example, but before I come to my own arguments, let us first have a look at what ... has said. I will continue our case in a minute, but before that, there are some things about the ... speech that need to be addressed. The first prop or opposition speaker had told us ... On the contrary, he or she also said that ... But in fact, ... He or she was claiming that ... But as my first speaker already told you ... And this is the tip I would like to discuss in the video that I will share with you today, in the hopes that you will use it in your own debates. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nguyễn Thảo Quyên and I will continue the video. As you may know, debate is a very basic skill in your life. In everyday life situation, you need debate skills. Let's say for example, when you talk to your parents to persuade them to buy you something you want, or when you talk to your friend and you want them to believe what you said. That is when you need debate skills. And there are tons of advices and tips on the internet that you could take as references. Our group members have already given you some tips, and right now I will give you one final tip that is very important, which is focusing on the ideas, not individuals. Well, this sounds pretty easy, but actually it's extremely hard to achieve, because you know why? We are human, and humans have egos. And for some people, their egos is just too big for them to admit that they are wrong. And all they want to do is to prove themselves right instead of the ideas itself. And another reason is that some people are very vulnerable. Whenever people make any kind of arguments, they feel like the argument is attacking themselves, and they feel attacked. That is why they want to defend themselves. And as a result, they forgot about the ideas. They forgot that what really matters is the topic, the idea, not themselves. So for those people who focus on themselves instead of the ideas, they eventually they are making an argument and a fight, but not a debate. How about when you focus on the opponent? That is when you are making a fallacy called look who's talking. Focusing on the individuals, let's say the individual's personality or the individual, your opponent's reputation, instead of the ideas that they are making, that is when you are making a fallacy called look who's talking. I will give you an example. For example, I would say smoking is bad, and then you would make a counter argument that, quote, you are the one who is smoking, so you have no right to say that smoking is bad. That is look who's talking fallacy, and that is something that you don't want to make. And you know, the goal of debate is to defend the truth, and after a debate, what we should achieve is different ways, new ways to approach a topic, or we would want to reinforce, enrich our knowledge after a debate instead of making more enemies, and focusing on the individual and not the ideas will make you more enemies, and it will not help you to achieve the goals that I have already mentioned. And to sum up, I would say that not attacking the opponents and focusing on the ideas will help you to avoid the fallacy look who's talking, and furthermore, it would help you to show your respect to the opponents, and you would gain respect from the opponent, and it may prove your maturity and would help you to improve your debate skills in general. And that is everything I want to say. And through this video, in the end, I really hope that everyone could take our advices and try to improve our debate skills. And that is everything. Thank you so much for watching this video.